Yeah, welcome to The Bottom End with your host Seymour Nurse, and it's a real pleasure to introduce such an amazing new talent by the name of Grace Lamarr. Grace, lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
Really appreciate you taking the time out to do this interview.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's great. It's a real pleasure. I know you're very busy, obviously working on your music, etc. So, I appreciate this. First, I want to talk about your, obviously your singing. I first heard your music and I was completely blown away by your voice, just absolutely outstanding. Yeah, childhood, how did you first get into singing?
Well, I don't remember this, but my mum always tells me about when she was doing a singing course and she was learning this song called O mio babino caro. And so she used to practice it all the time, and then apparently one day I came downstairs and I said, I can sing that song, and then so I just sang it to her, and then she was like, oh, okay, and I was about 6 or something at the time. So ever since then I started going to like a stage school and doing singing, dancing and acting, and I liked all of them, but singing was my favourite, and I had some really good teachers, and so that's how it all started really. And then when I got to about 10, I started having piano lessons because I loved Alicia Keys and I thought she was so cool, and I loved singing her songs, and I just thought, I didn't think I'd ever really seen anyone like a woman in the mainstream, a mainstream artist singing and playing piano. So I thought she was amazing, and I was like, I want to learn to play piano as well. And then I started getting into more indie music after I got in. Like, I was really into soul when I was younger, so I started listening to lots of bands, and there's lots of guitars and stuff. So I thought, I want to play guitar now. And so my parents bought me a guitar for Christmas, and I just sort of asked people here and there, like, that could play guitar. Like my uncle can play guitar, and like family friends, and my best friend, she could play guitar. So I just learned from everyone here and there, and then of course YouTube as well was really good.
I tell you what's quite fascinating about that story is you said when your mother was taking the singing course, you first learnt that track. It's how you learn the song through creating images in your imagination. I find that quite...
Yeah, because it was in Italian, so I didn't know that at the time, but I do remember having this sort of picture story in my head for learning the words and the order that it came in. Yeah.
I mean, obviously your parents have been a huge inspiration to you because they have such a eclectic taste in music. What music were you mainly introduced to through them when you were younger?
When I was younger, I mostly remember what we'd listen to in the car. And my dad used to play a lot of dub, actually. I can't remember any particular names, but I remember sitting in the car listening to lots of dub, and then Stevie Wonder and Buena Vista Social Club, listening to them, and so that was good. And when I was learning about like pop history at school, I could just go home and like go through my dad's iTunes library and be like,
One thing I have to touch on is your voice. What I found, what impressed me so much is how natural your voice is, because especially with a lot of singers, nowadays they tend to model themselves on other singers, and to a degree where it can be somewhat contrived, and or people have a tendency of just not really finding their own voice. How important is that for you to have your own voice?
Well, it really is important to me. It kind of upsets me sometimes when people say, oh, you sound like this person. I'm like, no. It's really nice to be compared to amazing people, but I also want to be my own person. I want to be recognised for my voice, and everyone has a different voice, like even the way people speak, and I think it's really important to be an individual. And I do pick up on how other people sing, and I remember when I was younger I did try and sing like other people, but it's because people pointed that out to me that I realised that I should, you know, try and just connect with my own voice more. Actually, I heard a good quote on just on a website yesterday by Oscar Wilde, and he said, it's just said, "Be yourself. Everyone else is taken." It's so true. Like,
Yeah.
and what I love doing is listening to really old singers, because when you listen to them, they don't sound like anyone else, and that's why people copy them. Is because they think, oh, they sound different, let me copy them. But actually, what I think you have to do is like copy their techniques and the way they sing, rather than how they sing. And so that's something that,
I know where you said Astrid Gilberto, who's a singer that I've loved over the years, that she was a big influence on you.
Yeah, definitely. She's very much herself, and even if she doesn't always sing perfectly, that makes her who she is, and recognisable and different as well.
And I have to say that you produce a beautiful version of How Insensitive.
Thank you.
Not many people that can pull that off, but yeah, you definitely do it justice.
Thank you.
You left secondary school to attend the Brit School to study music, and obviously the Brit Schools produce talents such as Leona Lewis, Amy Winehouse, Adele. What was the main reason that inspired you to go there?
Well, I wanted to do a music course, and I thought that's probably the best music course you're going to get in London. So for, you know, A-level sort of standard. And so I thought I might as well aim for the best one. And if I didn't get in, then I didn't get in. But I didn't want to do A-levels. And I knew I wanted to do music. When I was like maybe 13, I was a bit unsure whether I wanted to go into music or go into art. And then I did work experience in a recording studio, and it was so cool. And it's just like, that's when I knew, like, when I saw all these people that loved what they were doing and were so into it, I just knew, like, I wanted to do music. Yeah.
And there's been a lot of attention towards you. You were recently interviewed in the Evening Standard.
Yeah, that's really
also,
cool.
Interviewed for The Guardian as well.
Maybe.
Just a lot of attention. Also, you're a very talented songwriter, and I know that when you were at primary school, you used to write poems, which kind of led to you songwriting. You've written some wonderful tracks. For me, The Escape is a beautiful composition, as well as A Star-Crossed and others.
Yeah.
How do you feel about your songwriting? How does that?
I take it really like, I don't know, it's like a painter with their paintings, you know, they really treasure them. And it's been really cool. I've been working with someone called James Bryan at the place I'm doing work experience in, and that's who I wrote Escape and Star-Crossed with. And so it's been really cool working with someone who's experienced and really knows about songwriting, and sharing ideas with them, and also developing as a songwriter myself. I'd say my favourite, most poetic song that really represents who I am as a writer has to be my song Starve Your Heart.
Okay.
The lyric, I really, really thought hard about those lyrics. And I write a lot, but, you know, it's funny because I have this little book of things I write down, and sometimes you go, oh my goodness, that's terrible. Like, I'm pretty sure it's the same with everyone, and whether you are like just a writer or a songwriter, and then you come across something and you go, actually, that's really cool. So I like to try like lots of different techniques with how I write a song, because every song is different and it comes from a different place every time for me. So
I'd like to talk about the future now. I mean, obviously you have so much to look forward to, and already at the tender age of 18 you've touched so many of us so deeply with your voice and your music. Where do you see yourself going in the future?
I just want to carry on doing that and bringing my music into people's lives, and making I just love, one of the things about music is making people happy, and seeing people's reactions to your music is just one of the loveliest things. And so I want to carry on writing and performing, and I'd like to write for other people as well. And yeah, just really hone my craft as a writer, and just live comfortably of doing something I love. Yeah, that's my aim, my goal. Yeah.
Speaking of performing, there is a guitar back here, and I would like you to do me the honour of singing me your rendition of Melody Gardot's "If the Stars Were Mine."
Cool. If the stars were mine, I'd give them all to you. I'd pluck them down right from the sky and leave it only blue. I would never let the sun forget to shine upon your face. So when others would have rain clouds, you'd have only sunny days. If the stars were mine, I'd tell you what I'd do. I'd put those stars right in a jar and give them all to you. If the birds were mine, I'd tell them when to sing. I'd make them sing the sonnet when your telephone would ring. I would put them there right in the square whenever you went out, so there'd always be sweet music whenever you walk about. If the stars were mine, I'd tell you what I'd do. I'd teach the birds such lovely words and make them sing for you. If the world were mine, I'd paint it gold and green. I'd make the oceans orange with a brilliant color scheme. I would color all the mountains, make the skies forever blue, so the world would be a painting, and I'd live inside with you. If the world were mine, I'd tell you what I'd do. I'd wrap the world in ribbons and I'd give it all to you. Dum dee bay da, dum 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 dee dum play. Dum dum dee dum play dum ba da dum dum dee dum day. Dum dee dum bay dum ba da dum dum bay dum be dum ba. Da da dee da dum da dum da da dum dee. If the world were mine, I'd tell you what I'd do. I'd wrap the world in ribbons and I'd give it all to you. I'd teach the birds such lovely words and make them sing for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Grace Lamarr. Thank you. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, so